Kevin was frustrated beyond belief. 6 months of dedicated chest training, twice per week, every week. He'd progressively overloaded his bench press from 185 pounds to 225 pounds. He'd added flies, dips, and push-ups to his routine. He was doing everything the internet told him to do for chest development, but his chest looked exactly the same as when he started. Meanwhile, his shoulders had blown up. His triceps were significantly bigger and more defined. Everything except the muscle he was actually trying to build was growing. One day, a trainer at his gym asked him a simple question after watching him bench. "Where do you feel that exercise?" Kevin's answer revealed everything. "My shoulders and triceps burn like crazy. My chest? I don't really feel much there at all. I'm Chase, and I've got your raw daily feel for today." Kevin had discovered the missing piece that keeps most people from achieving the muscle growth they're working so hard for: the mind-muscle connection. He was moving impressive weight, but he wasn't feeling the target muscle work. And here's the truth that will change how you approach every rep. The muscle you feel working is the muscle that's growing. Today we're talking about why internal awareness matters more than external load, and how to develop the mind-muscle connection that turns every workout into effective muscle building. Here in the Pacific Northwest, we understand that sometimes you need to slow down to move forward. The same principle applies to muscle growth. Sometimes you need to reduce the weight to increase the effectiveness. Mind-muscle connection means consciously focusing your attention on the target muscle during movement. It's not just some mystical bodybuilding concept. It's neuroscience. EMG studies consistently show that focused attention increases muscle activation by 20 to 30% compared to simply moving weight without internal awareness. Think about it this way. You can move weight using the wrong muscles through compensation patterns, or you can move lighter weight using the target muscles through proper activation. One builds the muscles you don't want bigger. The other builds the muscles you're actually trying to develop. The core principle is simple but profound. If you don't feel it working, you're not optimally training it. Your nervous system will always recruit the strongest, most familiar muscles to move the weight. Without conscious intention, your chest press becomes a shoulder and tricep exercise. Let me give you 5 practical strategies to develop mind-muscle connection that will transform how your muscles respond to training. First, slow down every movement. Take 3 to 4 seconds on both the lowering and lifting phases of each rep. Speed masks poor muscle activation. When you slow down, you immediately feel which muscles are actually doing the work. Slowness reveals compensation patterns that speed hides. Second, use lighter weights with perfect form. Drop your current weights by 30 to 40% and focus entirely on feeling the target muscle contract and stretch. Heavy weights force your body to use whatever muscles are strongest to move the load. Lighter weights allow you to choose which muscles do the work. Third, visualize the muscle before each rep. Close your eyes briefly and mentally rehearse the target muscle, lengthening during the eccentric phase and contracting during the concentric phase. Mental rehearsal activates the same neural pathways that control actual movement. Fourth, place your hand on the working muscle between sets or during your warm-up. This creates sensory awareness and helps establish the neural connection between your brain and the target muscle. Touch creates focus. Fifth, pause at peak contraction. Hold the squeeze for 1 to 2 seconds at the top of each rep where the muscle is fully contracted. This eliminates momentum and forces the muscle to work under maximum tension. Kevin applied these strategies systematically. He dropped his bench press from 225 pounds back down to 135 pounds. He slowed his tempo to 3 seconds down 3 seconds up, with a 1-second pause at the bottom. He visualized his chest stretching and squeezing throughout each rep. He placed his hand on his chest between sets to feel the muscle activation. Within 2 weeks, Kevin felt his chest working during bench press for the first time in 6 months of training. The sensation was unmistakable. His chest was burning, pumping, and fatiguing in ways it never had before. Within 8 weeks, his chest growth was finally visible. His shoulder and tricep dominance had been reduced, and his target muscle was finally responding. Your practical framework for the next 4 weeks: reduce all your current weights by 30 to 40%. Slow every single rep to 3 seconds eccentric, 3 seconds concentric, 1 second pause at peak contraction. Visualize the target muscle before each set. After each set, ask yourself, where did I feel that? If the answer isn't the target muscle, adjust your form, reduce the weight further, or modify your tempo until it is. This approach requires ego management. Your weights will drop significantly, but muscle growth depends on muscle activation, not weight moved. When you feel the muscle working, growth follows automatically. EMG research backs this approach completely. Bodybuilders who report strong mind-muscle connections consistently show superior hypertrophy compared to those focused only on moving heavy weight. The explanation lies in motor unit recruitment patterns within the target muscle. I'm Chase, and that's your raw daily fuel. Remember, here in the Pacific Northwest, we understand that sometimes you need to slow down to move forward. The weight on the bar doesn't matter if the raw muscles are moving it. Feel the muscle. Grow the muscle. If this resonated with you, subscribe to Raw Daily Fuel, diverse voices, global perspectives, one mission, giving you the internal awareness that creates external results.